Hello student, this is Yashwadhari. In this video, we know about the character generation method in a computer graphics. Mainly, there are three techniques are used to display a character in a computer graphics. First one is a bitmap and second is a starburst and a stroke method. Okay. So, what is a bitmap? How the character will be generating using this technique we will see. Okay. In bitmap, a definition is bitmap method is a character generation technique in computer graphics where each character is stored as a matrix or is a array of a pixels. Okay. The character is shaped is defined by turning a specific pixels either on state or a off state. If you take a on as a 1, a binary number, then you can take a off as a 0 in a grid form. What is a grid form? A grid form is nothing but a cell is formed using a rows and columns. This is a figure shows a grid form. Okay. So, each cell represent a 1, a cell. This box is represent a cell. Okay. So, highlighting the cell respective what character or numerical you want to display. The specific cell is highlighted. If you want to take a 1 as a black color, then you have to say off as a white color, means the state are 2. This on state represent a 1, then the off state should be a 0. So, this is how in this they are using two colors either black and white for a 2 states. Okay. So, what is the procedure? How it the displaying the a given character? We will see. Okay. So, working principle is first each character is represented in a pixel pattern. For this may be a 5 into 7 or 7 into 9. The whole screen is a 25 into 80 columns. Okay. So, a bit pattern means a binary value is stored in a memory for every character. How? When a character is displayed, the corresponding pixel matrix is activated on the screen. Activated means the state is a 1. Okay. So, if you are taking a 0 is illuminated a pixel part, the part of a character, then 1 is a blank pixel of a background. This is explained in with an example. We want to display a character 0, a 0 character want to display. How it is displaying? With the help of this figure, see. This is a 8 into 8 matrix. With this is a your character generator on a screen. Okay. This is a called a bitmap. Okay. Which is store the character as a pixel grid. Okay. I hope this is clear. Now, see the advantages and disadvantages of this bitmap. Advantages means it is simple and easy to implement, right? And second is works well for a fixed size of a character, means a font size of any character you can use in a fixed one. Okay, it's not a variable. Okay. So, disadvantages that is the same as it's not scalable, means we can't zooming the character size. Okay. So, that causes a distortion or you can say a pixelization, means it will be a image should not be clear. Okay. So, needs more memory to store a bit pattern of all characters. This is our disadvantages of a bitmap technique. Now, see the a stroke method which uses a line and a arcs, means line means you know how what is a line in a computer graphics, right. So, it is used a 2 pixels, that is a one is a initial and second is a final one, right. This is a line segment. Using line segment we draw a character, we implement a character. Here if you want to display A means how many lines we are using? First line, this is second and third, right. This is how the stroke method is generating the character. Okay. The definition is stroke method is a character generation technique in computer graphics where each character is formed by drawing a set of straight lines. Okay, straight lines, or you can say it using a straight line as well as a curves. That's called a strokes. A straight line is called a stroke. Instead of filling a pixel in a matrix. In bitmap we were using a grid form of a pixels, right? So in this we are using a stroke. Okay. So next how it displaying we will explain, right? We got to know the stroke method is using a line segment to draw to display the a character. Okay, now working principle is each character is defined by a sequence of line segments, or you can say a vectors or a curves. Okay, using the line segment and a curves we can display the characters. These line segments are stored as a coordinate value. What we can say, a coordinate values means a first line, that stroke having a x1 y1 coordinate value. Next second line is a x2 y2 coordinate, right? In this a coordinate value will be stored. Okay. Next, when a character is displayed, the graphic system draws these strokes like just like it will be draw on lines. I hope this is clear. Now, the resulting characters looks smooth and can be scalable to any size without losing the quality of a character. Okay. So, example, we want to draw a alphabet. Okay, how we have to write down? Just we saw, right? So, here 3 lines we are using. 3 line segments are using to draw a line. How C is be? It's using a curve, right? C is using a curve. So D having the both the line segment as well as a curve one. This is how the stroke method works. So for draw a line, draw the letter of A, then the system may store instructions like draw a line A, right? First one x1 y1, then that is a x2 y2 and x2 y2 to x3 y3. This is how the character will be displayed on the screen. What are the advantages here? First one is a scalable. A characters will be a scalable. Can be resized. What is a scalable meaning? It may be you can resize without a distortion, means without a erasing, without any changes of any given character, we can change the size of a given character. Next advantage is it requires a less memory compared to storing a full pixel pattern. Comparison with the bitmap, a stroke will be using a less memory. Next advantage is it produces smooth edges. Okay, no blockage or a pixel effect. Then what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages is requires more processing time since line must be drawn, right? So to draw a line it takes a time required, more complex to implement than a bitmap method. Okay. So next method is a starburst method. In this, which uses a predefined 24-bit pattern of a line segment. Okay. The starburst method is a character generation technique in which all characters are creating using a set of lines, that's a strokes, that radiate out from a common center point like the rays of a star, right? So how it works? Working principle is, imagine a center point on a screen, that is we consider as a origin, and next is a number of straight lines, where straight lines means here a strokes extended towards from this point in a different direction, means from origin to all the directions. Okay, each character is formed by selecting specific lines from this star shape set and sometimes combining them with a short connecting strokes. Okay, it will explain by the this figure. Since all characters reuse the same basic set of strokes, memory requirements are low because it's a set of 24 lines. Using these, within the 24 lines we are creating or we are displaying the a character. Okay, so it having a 24-bit pattern line that is in a array, and now we want to display a character A. Then how it will display on the screen? It will say in an array. This is a 24 lines array. These lines are active. Active means it will highlighted with those lines. So we want to display a character A. So how, what are the lines or a stroke have to activated here? This one. Okay. A, how A looks. How A looks with this is her. So whatever the lines we are drawing, these lines are activated. Means we are forming a character A. Okay. So here this is your A. So in 24 bit, what are the lines are activated? We represent with the 1 and other are 0. Here we are activated 1, 13, okay, and 11, 12. This is a line, and here 5, sorry, 5 is not activated. Here 6 is activated, 7 and 8 remaining are a 0, or 21 and 22 is activated. So we are putting as 1 and remaining lines are should be a 0. So these are remaining numbers are getting a status 0 or off. Okay, this is how we have to displaying the character A. If you want to display another character like H, okay, then what are the lines it should be activated? That in a array those stroke get activated, they are mentioning as a 1. Okay, so now you have to analyze how we have to write down the H character, that is what are the line strokes are activated. Okay, now I hope you have getting the concept here, how the a line should be characters are displayed. Okay, this is a, and this middle line 21, 22, and upper, that is this is a edge, means what are the line stroke we have to highlighted here? 1, 2, 11, 12, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And 21, 22, and remaining 0, right? So this is a simple, but the lines should be how to mentioning a line stroke or should be mentioned correctly. Then each line stroke having a number that specify with the 1 to 24 lines. Okay, now see the, let's the advantages of this starburst. Here we are tried about to both the character, that is the A and H. Now what is the advantages of this starburst? Every memory efficient, it's a very memory efficient. Why you have to calling that? Because it using a stroke, only a stroke direction need to be stored. Works well for a displaying large fonts or a limited hardware. Okay, it's very memory efficient, and it will display large font on a limited hardwares, and it is simple to implement with the basic line draw routines. Okay, what are the disadvantages? It produce only styled characters, not very natural looking, means it's fixed, right? That's why it's not looking as a, it's a natural, but and it is having a limited flexibility in creating smooth curve or a complex fonts. Okay, and not widely used in modern systems because it is historical and educational, means it is bit difficult to remember the numbers, and it's quite unnatural while writing the number or you are to displaying the character. Okay, I hope all the three characters are easy to remember, and important questions regarding this is they asking in an examination, write down the character generation methods, explain the techniques to display the character generation methods in a computer graphics. These are related important question of this topic. I hope these all three techniques are understood. Thank you.